I was diagnosed with MS and not, if I wasn't a runner already, I think I would fall apart. I mean, really, because I wouldn't have that. Shoot. That's a good question. But I think I would fall apart if I didn't have it. And I think that's why I try so hard to hang on to it. When I was diagnosed back in 2006, there wasn't a running team out there with MS, and that was just something that I had to deal with on my own. Even my first neurologist, she told me to lower my expectations when I was tripping and falling while running, and so that just really pissed me off. And so I wanted to try to push the boundaries, and I didn't want to give up, and that's just my mantra. I do what I can and I never give up. And thankfully I was able to find an orthotist who outfitted me with an ankle-foot orthosis. Through the years, I've had disease progression. I've had 1 year I had 4 exacerbations in 12 months. And each time my right leg was just getting heavier and weaker and dragging so much more. And thankfully for my AFO, I'm so grateful for having that device, because without it, I really would not be able to run. I would be tripping and falling all over the place. There's no way I would be able to run even 1 mile without my AFO. That's how important it is to me. So Columbus will be my 75th marathon, but even more so what's significant, I think, is that it's my 52nd marathon running side by side with Brian. Brian's goal was to race 50 marathons in the 3-hour range before turning 50 years old. And after he accomplished that, he started running in the back of the pack with me to help with my endeavors and to help with my goals.
Who is Cheryl Hile to you?
Well, she's my best friend. We've been together for a long time, and I'm really trying to keep her going. It's not easy. We've talked about the invisible symptoms, and I think a lot of people don't realize that, when you're running, you have 2 legs, and that's what ambulates your body. And her right side, one side does not work. I mean, it's there, but it doesn't work. Really, I try to make people understand is that she's running with really just one good side. And that takes a lot of extra effort, and whatever support I can provide, which is I always try in every case to do, I'm always going to be there to do it for her. And I want to keep her going at it, because running is the one thing I think that was a connection to the time before she had MS, when she was, a physical being with 2 legs that were fully functioning. And by staying with the running, it kind of connects her back to the time before she has MS. And she doesn't want to let that go, and I want to help her hang on to it.
I decided that I wanted to do something big, and I was in a beer garden with Brian. It was after a 5K race, and I told him I want to be the first person with MS to run 7 marathons on 7 continents. And he said, okay, let's do it. And throughout that journey, I was able to meet other people with MS who are runners, just like me, that I didn't even know about, and also people with MS who want to become runners but didn't know where to start. And I wanted to bring everyone together. And in 2018, I created a team called Run a Myelin, My Shoes, also known by the acronym RAMS. We come together to celebrate each other and to support each other, but also to encourage other people with MS to do what they can despite a disease that compromises their mobility.
This is really a good team. I mean, it's a supportive group for everyone who's a member of the team. But what I love about it most is we'll be in places. We were in Sydney, and we had finished the race, and there was a little bit of hoopla because we'd finished, and there was some people doing some filming. And somebody came up to us afterwards, and she said, Cheryl, we've been following your story, because her husband had just been diagnosed. And she said, you're giving him hope.
And it seems like Cheryl gives a lot of people hope.
When people come up to me and they say that I've given them hope, it makes it kind of okay that I have MS if I know that I can help someone else, and it gives meaning to having the disease. I hope in the future that we won't need RAMs. I hope that there will be a cure for MS, because I think we're all pretty tired of it and we want to run without worry. We want to run without tripping and falling. So I hope that there's a cure someday soon, and that RAMs will just become just a team of crazy runners from all over the world celebrating together because of that cure.